And good day, viewers. Welcome to today's Sport Rep Show. I am your host, Bran Monango, unpacking the latest sports news. Well, I think we can all agree that there is a lot to talk about that has happened over the past weekend. Let's start off by all agreeing that Manchester City are the best team in football right now. As we also with the Saturday's result against Inter Milan, where we saw Rodri score a screamer to see Man City lift the Champions League for the first time in their history. And we also saw Al Ali, who lifted the CAF Champions League. So there is a lot to talk about that happened over the weekend. Wanderers get the best over Trasco United in the derby also there. But with that, let's get into today's hit list. Well, the Namibia karate team, who left last week to participate in the African Union Sports Council Region 5 Karate Championship in Harare, Zimbabwe, have owned up to their promise to come home bearing medals. Their team of 56 athletes scooped a total of 42 medals, of which 4 are gold, 14 silver, and 24 bronze. While the gold medals were awarded to Maria Lisa Shikalepo in the children female committee section of 10 to 11 years above 40 kg. Wehan Aldrich Groenewald in the children male section, that is in Hermano. Harian also one of the ones who came away with the gold there. Well, Stefan van der Merwe said the athletes are currently en route back home to Namibia. Well, Blue Bulls Rugby President Willem Strauss and Blue Bulls CEO Edgar Rathbone attended a press conference in Windhoek earlier today to announce that the Pretoria franchise will visit Windhoek on August 26th to play against Namibia. That is, well, Namibia, the Namibian side will at that stage be fully into its preparations for the Rugby World Cup starting in France. That's in September. Let's take a look at the footage from the press conference.
We from the local Bulls can contribute towards growing the game. That is definitely my passion. Our passion as the management of the Bulls. Like I said, we've always had this great relationship with Namibia, active players in the likes of Kies Lensing, Jacques Burger, etc. But was grown and bred in Namibia and later on represented us as well. So always had this strong relationship, and get really 100% right. We are by far the strongest brand in Namibia. I actually remember when I told Edgar Stefan the story when I brought the Bulls here, I think it was 2009, with the team of Habana, Victor and all those guys played the Lions here. Were you here, Peter? Yeah. There were 15,000 people in this 12,000 seater stadium. It looked like a World Cup final. When I told Edgar, he used to work at the Lions, I told him they gave me some line t-shirts beforehand. I handed it to the girls to flew into the crowd. They threw it back. They were cool shirts, they didn't want Lion shirts. No, so we're really looking forward to this opportunity. Edgar will elaborate more on the team and the kind of players that will be in action. But from my side, it's a great exercise for us as well. It's great for our boys to come and visit Namibia. It will be great team building for them. We are playing in 3 different competitions, so our squad need as much opportunity to play matches and get a bit of exposure on a higher level as well. And if we can contribute to Namibia performing at the Rugby World Cup 2023, that will be massive. So from my side, good luck. But I'm really impressed with what I've seen here at Namibia Rugby, and as I said, I've got the knowledge to speak about Namibia Rugby, and I look forward to your performances here from onwards.
Well, Namib Daughters hosted Nampol FC at the Mondesa Stadium in Swakopmund, a comfortable win for the coastal team as they won the game 2-0 with both goals being scored from outside the box. Let's take a look at that action.
Let's have a look. It's a goal. Namib Daughters have scored. Hendrina has given Martha a bit more opportunity. Another goal! Totally against the run of play. Now, Mondesa Stadium is erupting. The crowd is on their feet. The crowd is totally on their feet because Oneuptwo are leading now 2 goals.
I feel very great. I'm proud of my girls. As I told you before, we're going for a win and then we won. I'm so happy.
Michelle, the captain, they're very confident and very happy with her team getting the best of the other team. Nampol losing to Oneuptwo there. Well, the oval track provides fiery action if the 2023 Shell V-Power International Oval Track Challenge on Saturday is described as a huge success. It is certainly a weighted down version of the fiery action that was delivered at the Tony Rust racetrack near Windhoek, that is. Well, the Namibians Jandre Dippenaar, who took first place, Dylan Paiva, who took second, and Wilro Dippenaar, who took third, taught the 6 South Africans a lesson in the Rotary Road that was. Well, let's take a look at a short clip from there. A huge congratulations to Dippenaar and his team for showcasing good skills in the Rotary Hot Rod class. Well, the weekend drop is up next, but after we visit the marketplace. Well, FNB Kudus are still in the lead after week 7 of the NRU Premier League. It is still early in the race for the semi-final spots, and while the top 3, Kudus with 29 points from 7 matches, FNB Wanderers with 25 from 6 matches, and Trasco United with 24 from 6 matches have opened a 7-point gap over the rest, and there are just too many dark horses left in the race for anything to be taken for granted. Well, let's take a look at the highlights from the FNB Unam and Kudus game.
Is so ongelukkig vir Unam. I mean, soos ons praat van 5 spelers wat kon terugkom uit die nasionale span, dit om die span bietjie te boost. Dit sou bietjie goed was vir hulle, aangesien hulle nou so sukkel met beserings, so dit sal bietjie taaf wees vir hulle in die wedstryd, soos hoe ek dit sien.
Op die wedstryd, daar kom hulle met hom afgeskop daar, maar as Unam wat nog bal in die hand het, so bietjie slordige besit wat lê het. Maar die man wat weer daar wegbreek is Mpishamvino. Hulle kry hom nie vasgevat op hierdie stadium. Mpishamvino, hy is oor die doellyn en hy druk die 3. Mpishamvino. Hou sit hom right in Paul se Tim Pauls, hy gee die bal uit daar, hy kom hy loop dit in die agterlyn, Chad Plateau, hy skuil sy mater se 3. De Vos wat hulle so hoog opgetel het, nou die dryfmaal beweging opgesit. Hulle moet basies grond toe gaan, dan druk hulle die 3 wat hulle ook so doen daar. Nommer 20 is nou op die veld vir hulle, dis Jovino Polster, kyk daar, Kudus, nou raak het maklik. En dis Lloyd Jacobs wat gaan oordraf. Kudus het die eerste helft, het ook gekom, geskramp voordat hy die bal te vroeg geskramp. Kyk vir Sharif Titus daar met die verband om sy kop, die lyk met hom meer spoed gegee nou. Daar, net 'n dummy hardloper daar gehad. Skop hulle die bal vorentoe, het hy gewerk vir hulle. Ons sal met 2 keer punte aanteken. Om hier te kom, as weer jou Fico, hy ruk hom los daar. As 'n man wat daar, weer jou Fico, hy's nog altyd. Skynsregter sê nee, jy was verkeerd geweest, jy het spel doodgemaak, vinnig gevat daardeur. Hulle val daaroor, hulle druk die 3, dis Jaden Boesel. Maak hy met hierdie ene, ja inderdaad, hy's tussen die pale deur.
But after this, what's next with the team? What do you guys think you need to go back and do at the drawing board to come back stronger?
From here, we just have to build on what we are currently doing. I think it all has to do with a lot of more effort and a lot of more urgency. But definitely our boys will pull it through.
Okay, thanks, Liam.
Thanks, man.
Okay, last one. This season compared to last season, what do you think is the difference this season for your team?
We've learned a lot throughout the season so far, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, Kudus came out victorious in that one, which is a concern for FNB Unam as they have now lost 5 games in a row. So hopefully they can turn the tides with their next game, which is on Saturday against Grootfontein. Well, while the famous derby between Wanderers and Trasco United was also very exciting, let's take a look at those highlights.
As the teams are entering with the motorcycles revving their engines, hoping to rev up the energy at Derby Day. The home team, Wanderers, stepping onto the field.
Stamp so 'n bietjie daar in die kontak in. Dani van der Merwe, J.J. Holtzhausen. Denso Verwer wat ja. En daar gaan Warren Ludwig. Die 3 masjien vir Wanderers.
Wanderers getting the
Ja, Enrico van Sail wat daar vir Henry Kanju daar in die spel bring.
That's a United try. Scored in emphatic fashion. He ran that man.
Tussen die voorspelers deur.
United stitching some phases together.
En
that is going to be another try. Du Plessis
in flank van United wat daar sy kans aangryp. Ja.
With an opportunity to fetch 3 points. And he manages to do precise. Swinging the ball out. Big kick from United. And that is 3 points.
Denso Verwer sit die bal op die voet.
That's going to be called back. Surely that should be called back for a knock-on.
Ja, 3 word toegeken. Ja, daar is van Solms. Springer is Drian Foster van Tommy. En is toch NG Swart wat opgekom het van die tweede span wedstrijd gespeel het.
Do it. Yes, he Can Denzel Brewer score? Wanderers take it by 3 points off the boot of Denzel Brewer as they break United's heart. United, a much stronger team than last year, much more formidable. Wanderers certainly not entering their next derby clash the same. But as for today, they'll take the win, and the win is all you need on Derby Day. Wanderers take it by 3 points off the boot of Denzel Brewer as they break United's heart. United, a much stronger team than last year, much more formidable. Wanderers certainly not entering their next derby clash the same. But
well, that was definitely an interesting game. As you can see, the Wanderers just edging it 33-30. Well, Spotify is up next after the break. Well, the Pupkewitz athletics team had an official send-off on Friday as they will take part in the Nike Outdoor Nationals taking place from the 10th to the 21st of June in Eugene, Oregon, USA. Well, the athletics club sent off 14 athletes who will be taking part in track and field sports, which is now categorized in middle school, emerging, elite, and championship categories. The events will be 100 meters, 200 meters, and 100-meter hurdles, 400-meter hurdles, high jump, long jump, discus, and shot put. Well, here is what Meryl Berry had to say.
Pupkewitz Foundation has donated over $1.5 million since 2017 toward the Pupkewitz Championships. The Pupkewitz Championships is an accredited world athletics event governed by Athletics Namibia and the Sports Commission of Namibia. We are taking a long-term view of Namibian participation in high-level track and field, and the current athletes are the front runners, you can say, of this initiative. Every athlete who will be going to the Nike Outdoor Nationals has had to struggle. They have worked hard for a long time. The athletes have fundraised over $1 million to compete at the event with the help of their parents, the community, and the Athletics Development Club. They are not just going to the competition for themselves, but they are heading to the USA to make the country proud. They will win over people's hearts, and they will make everyone in the nation feel proud as they understand that there's a team from this part of Africa. We want to urge the citizens of our country to not increase pressure on our athletes, rather you need to motivate them. Compete well, with character and integrity. We wish you all the best in achieving your potential.
Well, our La Rugby Joel segment is up next.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends, 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Well, Joseph says free-spirited Japan can trouble England at the World Cup. Japan head coach Jamie Joseph believes his team's unorthodox style can make life difficult for England at the Rugby World Cup. He says we can achieve anything if we put our mind to it. The Brave Warriors' free-flowing play took them on the quarterfinals on home soil 4 years ago, and they've been drawn with England, Argentina, Samoa, and Chile in Pool D this year's tournament. So we are all excited for the World Cup and looking forward to what will transpire. Ariochad is on standby.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news, and starting off with golf news first is from the Ladies PGA, the LPGA in the United States of America. And good news for Southern African interests is that Ashley Buhai won the ShopRite Ladies PGA Classic, and she won it by one shot over Hung Yu Kim of South Korea. It's Ashley Buhai that closed with a great round of 65 in her third round. Actually, her second round was also a 65, and she finished with a total of minus 14, and that was her first win on the PGA. It was Ashley Buhai that recently won the South African Open and also the Australian Open, and she also won the British Open. That was last year. So it was Ashley Buhai that's been playing great golf. She's 35 years old, and a great performance, winning her first tournament on the LPGA. Other Southern African interest in the tournament is Paula Rito of South Africa. She finished tied 22nd. She closed with a 69 for a total of minus 5. And then Leanne Pace, she closed with a final round of 71 for a total of minus 4. And that put her in tied 30th position. Then on the men's PGA, it was the Canadian Open, or the Canadian Classic, sponsored by RBC, and it was won by a Canadian golfer. It is Nick Taylor that won in a playoff against Tommy Fleetwood, and it was a drama on the last playoff hole, as it was Nick Taylor that held a 22-meter putt on the playoff hole to beat Tommy Fleetwood into second position. Southern African interest also there. It was MJ Duffy of South Africa that played well. He finished on tied 38th, and that was with a total of minus 5. For Nick Taylor, this is a good achievement regarding his world rankings. He puts him in the top 50 in the world rankings. That's also always significant to qualify for the majors, and he moves down from number 69 in the world rankings to number 40th with his win in Canada. And moving on to soccer news, and it was a great performance again by Al Ahly, the soccer club of Egypt in Cairo, and they won their 11th CAF Championship League club title, and that was with an aggregate score of 3-2 that they won against Wydad, and the last game finished in a 1-1 draw. So that was the 11th title for them, dominating African club football for the last decade. Also, it was the World Cup Under-20 finals that was played. That was the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. It's played in Argentina, and it was Uruguay that came out as winners, beating Italy by 1-0. And it was also in the third and fourth playoff, it was Israel that did brilliantly. They beat South Korea by 3-1. Israel earlier in the quarterfinals had a big surprise, or responsible for a big surprise, when they beat Brazil and knocked them out of the tournament. And closing off today's international sports news with MotoGP news, and always lots of excitement on the motorcycles, and it was the Grand Premio d'Italia, they call it. It was at the Magnello circuit, and the winner there was Francesco Bagnaia. He is from Italy, and he is racing on a Ducati, so he won the race. And the second place was Jorge Martin, also on a Ducati. He is from Spain. And the third position, Johan Zarco, he's also racing on a Ducati, and he is from France. And then it was Southern African interest. South African Brad Binder did brilliant. He is fifth in this race, and he races on a KTM. On the points table, it is now Francesco Bagnaia. He's leading on the general classifications on the points. 131 points he's leading on his Ducati. And then Marco Bazzetti, he's from Italy. He's second on 110 points. Third position, Jorge Martin on 107. And good news for Brad Binder. He's getting closer to the top three. He's in fourth position. Brad Binder on 92 points. The next MotoGP will be in Germany. It will be the Motorrad GP in Germany. That will be on Sunday, the 18th of June. So that's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day and sport week, and we talk again international sport tomorrow. Goodbye.
Get real value for your money at WB. Grab 750-gram Ellis Brown Creamer for $41.99. Wake up to 250-gram Recoffee for just $39.99. Get 2-kilogram Real Good Mixed Chicken for $86.99. Stock up with 500-gram Bacomo Cornflakes for $32.99. And grab 1-liter Clover New Mel for just $17.99. Now that's real value at WB. We care.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's show. Sports Trap will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Goodbye.